Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Let's bring in, of course, Republican candidate for governor of New York, Bruce Blakeman. We love Bruce. Bruce, what a mess New York City and New York State's in.
Well, you have Mamdani the commie and Comrade Kathy running a state and city that are in a death spiral because of their policies, and they keep doubling down. They don't realize that when these high net worth individuals leave, they take with them tax revenue. So now the burden's going to fall on middle class people, and they take away jobs like carpenters, electricians, plumbers, waiters, waitresses, bartenders, dry cleaners, dog walkers, you name it. And those people suffer. And other states are trying to lure high net worth individuals into their state, and we're just shunning them. We're overtaxing them. Our electric bills are 70% higher than the national average. They are making it unaffordable for everybody, and they're saying to people who are job creators, we don't want you in New York State, and that's why we're number 50 in economic development. The once great Empire State is last in economic outlook. That is a disgrace. When I become governor, that will all change.
Yeah, it is a disgrace that it's so just, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. That's the problem also, Bruce. We have Judge Weinberg.
So, Bruce, what do you think about this idea of having a moratorium on the data centers? Isn't that a brilliant idea?
Well, Kathy Hochul says that she wants a one-year moratorium. She calls it a moratorium. I call it a ban on the fastest-growing industry in the world, an industry that everybody recognizes is part of the future of our economy. And she wants this moratorium because she wants to figure out how to make it work. Well, what the hell have you been doing for 4 years? You should have had this figured out. And by the way, I've talked to AI data center people. I've talked to local government officials. They would be very happy to work out a partnership that would lower electric costs for the surrounding community by having their own energy generation at these AI data centers. It would not be a burden on water supplies because they would put in water recirculation systems. So my question to Kathy Hochul is, what the hell have you been doing? When I become governor, we'll work it out so that it's a win-win-win. So the people who live around data centers will have lower taxes, lower electric bills, safer water supply, and we will be able to employ a lot of construction people building these and a lot of permanent jobs and keeping them in our state.
And Bruce,
figure it out, Kathy. You haven't been able to do it. I've already figured it out. I'll get it done.
And Bruce, by doing this, you're protecting America's national security because otherwise you're giving a leg up in the competition with China.
Yeah, China's doing it. You know, they're already going full throttle, right?
And how about,
listen, Kathy Hochul had a Chinese spy in the upper echelons of state government that was confidential advisor to her. So I'm not sure that there aren't more people in her administration that are spying for China, because this will do nothing but give China a leg up on America. And by the way, New York has its own separate and distinct economy from America. We should be one of the most vibrant economies in the world, but we are now dead last. I want to create good jobs with good benefits for people so they have more money in their pocket, so they can afford things that they want rather than live paycheck to paycheck. That's the kind of governor I want to be.
Ed Cox.
Bruce, how about energy from our southern tier to drive those data centers?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we are sitting on one of the largest natural gas reserves in the world. And we don't extract that natural gas because Kathy Hochul is wedded to a scam. It's called the green energy scam, where she takes money out of your electric payment every single month and invests in crazy projects like solar panels on solar farms in rich farmland, upstate New York, that's covered under snow 3 to 4 months out of the year, produces no energy, very, very expensive. When we have all this natural gas, and you know the worst thing about it is, Kathy Hochul, the hypocrite, is buying that natural gas from Pennsylvania, so we don't get the tax revenue. We don't get the jobs. We don't get the economic development. We don't get the increased supply that would lower all of our electric costs. Kathy Hochul has been an absolute failure on energy policy, and that's why our electric rates are 70% higher than the national average.
And Bruce, before we let you go, to your thoughts on all the Zora Mamdani and the flip-flop and everything going on with Netanyahu. It's really scary. I was looking at some new numbers on anti-Semitic crimes. I mean, they have skyrocketed in New York. How important is doing something to combat that, and a clear message from the top?
Well, first of all, Zoran Mamdani is not only anti-Semitic, he's anti-Christian. I mean, this guy is the mayor of the city of New York. The largest religion in the whole city is Catholic. He couldn't find an hour of his time to go to the installation of a new archbishop. He has left both Little Italies, the one in the Bronx and the one in Lower Manhattan, off of the immigration tourist map that was created. He doesn't even have Little Odessa there. He doesn't have Hell's Kitchen where the Irish immigrants came. He doesn't have, the areas where the Greeks have been immigrating to, like Astoria. He is somebody that is anti-American in his values. His July 4th speech was absolutely dark and vindictive. Didn't have one good thing to say about America on the 250th anniversary of America. This guy's a disaster. We're going to need a governor that keeps him in check so he doesn't get out of control, and I'm up for the job.
Yeah, I will say that speech on July 4th, that was shocking. It was really shocking. What a contrast to what we heard from President Trump, who was all pro-America, celebrating this great country. It couldn't have been a bigger contrast.
And can I say one more thing?
Of course.
This threat to arrest Bibi Netanyahu, the prime minister of the Jewish state, if he wants to single out countries, why don't you start where you came from, in Uganda, where they torture people who have different political persuasions, where they kill people in mass executions. Why don't you arrest somebody like that when they come here? What about Putin and the millions of people who have died in the last few years with the war of the illegal invasion of the Ukraine? What about Xi and his policies? What about North Korea? You know what? You know how I know he's an anti-Semite? Because he only singles out Israel. Israel has human rights. They have a democracy. They have religious freedom. They have an independent judiciary. All the things that these other countries don't have, and he never says a word about him. He is a virulent anti-Semite.
Some of the comments have been shocking. I 100% agree with you on that. Bruce, thank you so much. We wish you so much luck. Boy, is there a lot for you to talk about. You have a lot of material to work with there. That is for sure.
I'm looking forward to it. It's always a pleasure to be on with you guys. God bless you all, and God bless America. Help's on the way.
Thank you, Bruce.